It's going to be a beautiful day at Lake Point State Park here in Eufaula, Alabama for the fourth stop of the Alabama Bass Trail presented by Phoenix Boats, the second stop of the ABT South. She's Kay Donaldson, Program Director of the Alabama Bass Trail. I'm Robbie Floyd. And Kay, I'm ready for big things because our first three stops told you that you need to have at least 25 pounds to be in contention to win this thing.
And we faced all kinds of conditions. We've had great clear skies, and then we've had some really cold conditions up in North Alabama. So I'm looking forward to these guys going out there and getting it today. And this lake has always been one of our top producers.
Yeah, we've seen 25 to 30 pounds to win in 2017, but you look at Lake Eufaula the past few years, whenever we've been here in the March, it's taken that 25-pound mark up to 29.
You know, and everyone going into this event really felt like that was going to be the mark to hit this year. But as always, conditions have changed. Water temperatures dropped almost 12 degrees in the last 7 days. So that's going to scatter the fish. Fish that maybe we're going to be moving up have probably gone out a little bit deeper. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys adjust.
Yeah, I think that's one of the factors they'll be dealing with. Springtime, you think spawn, but when Mother Nature throws those 20-degree days, as they did this week, things change up. It messes with the bass. But I promise you, there's 225 boats that are about to hit the water that know that they can catch them today.
All right, ABT South, stop number 2 for the South here at Lake Eufaula with Tournament Director Clay Ballas. Clay, it's a little different this morning. Wind's not blowing, and it's not 32 degrees. It's about 55. It's a little different. What do we feel about today?
I think the conditions today are going to be fantastic, especially compared to what we've been facing in the north for the past 2 stops. I mean, it's just been crazy. But as you can see through the camera, I mean, fantastic. It looks like we're going to end up with bluebird skies today. I know some of these guys were hoping for a little bit of cloud cover, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Well, you know, stop number 2, ABT South, Lake Eufaula, Lake Point State Park. Time to go.
Practice was okay. We've seen some decent fish. We're gonna fish shallows, places where we feel like some fish are moving into. So hopefully they're coming to us.
Now, the rumor has it that water temperature dropped pretty big this week with this past weather. Has that affected anything that you've seen?
Yes, it's dropped almost 10 degrees from last weekend, so it definitely put them in a funk. But it's gotten better as the week went on. I think today's going to be the best fishing day we've had this week.
All right, here with Parker and Colton, guys. How was practice?
It was all right. We caught about 2.
Caught 2 in practice, so we got to add that. You got to add 3 more to that today, right?
Which that was only 4 hours.
So what's your game plan today?
Just flip banks.
Getting boat 212, we don't weigh in until 5 o'clock, and that's actually an advantage today. There's really, I don't believe anyway, there's no fish that's just busting top water or anything like that first thing. That sun gets up, the water temperature starts rising into the low 60s. That's really going to turn the fish on, and we're just going junk fishing today. We're going to fish everything we've caught them in the past and see what happens. I think we'll catch them though. I mean, I got a lot of confidence we'll catch them. So.
I was here last week, and the water, you know, was getting in the high 60s, and there was a lot of spawning going on, a lot of fish on bed, and I mean, you could see some wanting to pull back up today, but you know, we're going to start out shallow and then, you know, see if we can hammer out shallow and then go deep for the rest of the day and just see what happens. But it's definitely going to take a high 20-pound bag to win this thing.
It's going to be tough for a lot of guys. I mean, this is my home lake, and it's been tough this week ever since that cold front moved in last week. So there'll be some probably take 25, 26 pounds to win. There might be a bunch of zeros too.
Y'all just kick back, relax.
Right. I hope you see on the front deck, I got 10 rod reels. I am dialed in.
It looks like you're dialed in, like you're really dialed in. That tells me the practice was phenomenal for you. Tommy, what are we gonna do?
Hey, we're just going fishing today. That's all we can do. Going out, have a good time.
Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, official truck of the Alabama Bass Trail, and by Wind Creek Casino, where you can have your winning moments. There's more to come.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martins, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
So our mission statement here at Bill Penny Motor Company is to enrich the lives of our employees and our customers and the communities we serve. And it really begins and ends with people. It started with that kind of philosophy with my granddad and went through my dad. Growing up around the business, I remember being just a kid washing cars and meeting these customers. Now I'm a grown adult and they get to buy vehicles from us and hopefully serve their next of kin for generations to come. For the whole story, visit us at BillPennyToyota.com, where people always come first.
Lights are dazzling, shining bright. The busy hum permeates the air. It's electric. With a dash of spice, you kick up the heat until you're spinning, twirling on your feet. Sweat it out. The thrill of the game, the high of the night. The sizzle of temptation, the intoxication of sensation, and just like that, it's another ending to your glorious, hot Alabama nights. Wind Creek Casino and Hotel in Montgomery or Wetumpka. Find your winning moment.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all sonar's just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
You witnessed the action, the thrill, and the competition of the Alabama Bass Trail. Isn't it time you got involved? Coming in 2018, over $47,000 paid out for each event. No entry fee championship, $85 grand up for grabs, plus a new Phoenix. More than $500,000 in cash and prizes. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Sign up now by logging on to alabamabasstrail.org. The Alabama Bass Trail Tournament Series, presented by Phoenix Bass Boats.
All right, guys, back on the water with Kenneth Grove, our boat driver. And Kenneth, what do you feel like some of these guys are going to be doing? I know we're back in a creek right now. We're seeing a bunch of guys back here fishing.
Well, I'm pretty sure the fish had moved pretty shallow and been there for a while. And guys have been catching them really well. I've been told the water's dropped 12 degrees. We're sitting at 59.6 degrees now. Okay. So that's quite a bit of drop in 4 or 5 days time. So that does affect the fish. Some of the fish will not come out of the shallow water. They may drop back to the first little drop. They're going to be close to the shallow water. Mm-hmm. There may have been some fish still trying to stage. So brush piles in 8 to 10 feet of water or the shallow water, the guys fishing shallow water probably going to have to slow down to get the bite.
If you were fishing today, you and I want to come out here and go fishing today, what do you have tied on and what are you looking to target on a day like today?
I would probably start shallow just because I know there would be a lot of fish that have moved up in that area. Sure. A chatterbait, bluebird skies, I probably wouldn't be throwing a spinnerbait, but a chatterbait, a swim bait, swim jig. Swim jig is always good. Okay. I would cover quite a bit of water until I find a group of fish or kind of an idea of what they're hanging on. And the good thing about Eufaula is you can actually pattern the lake. So if you get onto something, you can kind of run a couple different creeks and kind of duplicate what you found.
Okay. So first thing in the morning, about 55 degrees. Temperature is forecasted to ease on up. Later flights may have a big advantage in this event today.
These guys look like they're fishing slow and they're fishing the outer edge of the cover. They're expecting the fish to kind of be the first drop away from the cover.
Trying to work their way back up to where they were probably. Unlike the last two events from the north, it's a big change.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
As we joked about last night at dinner, it's always nice to be driving and watch the temperature go up.
Oh, yes. I've definitely had enough of the cold weather.
Oh, that hurts. It's amazing how something with a brain the size of a pea can get us all turn into overthinking things.
But it's their environment, and we don't fully understand their environment.
Exactly.
So we're chasing something that we don't fully we try to make it in our terms.
Sure.
And they don't live on our terms.
That's for sure. You look at college guys, you look at the veterans that are fishing with us, the level of competition in the state alone and surrounding states that fish the ABT. You think about, Dustin Cannell and Jesse Wiggins, guys that have moved on to the elites. One opens, another fishing the elites. But the level of competition here and the quality of angler that fish the ABT is just unreal.
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of that is due to the lakes we have in Alabama. It's a good training ground for these guys, the young guys especially, to get this experience. If professional fishermen is what they want to pursue, this gives them a lot of knowledge base in order to be able to do that. And you see that in Elite Series. A lot of Elite Series guys that aren't from this area actually move here.
Yeah, Justin Lucas, Aaron Martins, California guys that moved to Alabama to, one, be a little closer to the action, but two, you're right.
In their off time, they have lakes around them that they can go and fine-tune their techniques or learn new techniques, and as they travel the Elite Series, they can use those things to help them succeed.
That's a great point, yeah.
This portion of the program is sponsored in part by Sweet Home Alabama, by Garmin, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, will be right back.
Progressive is America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
Yeah, she does purr. Best bike I ever owned.
No, you're never alone, because our claims reps are available 24/7. We even cover accessories and custom parts.
We did get an early start. Took the kids to soccer practice.
You want me to jump that cactus? All right.
That lady's awesome. I don't see a possum.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some of the best are outdoors, like a trip to Lake Gunnersville. First stop on the Alabama Bass Trail. Catch anything? Nice. Or head to the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. 468 holes of golf heaven. What's the time say?
Best public golf on the planet.
Alabama's got 100 road trips. Plan yours at alabama.travel.
Which one you gonna take?
There's more action out on the water, but first we would like to thank our host for this event, the Eufaula Barber County Chamber of Commerce. And when you're in town, there's no better place to visit than the River City Grill. What's better than a great meal, great entertainment, live music, a full bar, and a great menu? Stop by the River City Grill the next time that you're in Eufaula. And while you're there, take a moment to visit the Shorter Mansion. Find out about Eufaula's history and this great family and their beautiful home. And then certainly take in Lake Point State Park, which is one of the crowning jewels of not only Eufaula, but the state of Alabama. Now let's get back to more action out on the water.
We've talked about the cold front we've had this past week, and guys that come to this tournament, a lot of guys will pre-fish for multiple days. This past week pre-fishing, probably tough on guys at developing a pattern because of that. Sure. Fishing actually should be getting better day by day now. Yeah. So it's the guys that can mentally keep their head in the game and understand what the fish should be doing and sticking with that pattern are the ones that should uncover something by the end of the day.
It's like we said earlier, it's all between your ears.
Yes.
And not talking yourself out of doing something you should be doing. And it's very easy to do.
Right.
I mean, when something's not working this early in the day, it's very easy to talk yourself out of it.
Oh my gosh. Told you I'll get it.
Don't wear them out?
Y'all beating them up, son.
No. On the opposite side of that fence.
Gotta bite all day. Dang. Look at you, son. Good job.
Let's talk about some bait selection here and some of the things that we've seen some guys throwing, as well as some of the stuff that maybe if you're out here today, you'd be throwing as well.
Right. Well, based on what we saw some guys throwing swim jigs and some spinner baits. It was bright sunshine this morning, but once it got a little bit breezy and cloud rolled in, I think that's kind of where the moving bait, the spinner bait, became a player. But swim jig, I've got two different kind of swim jigs here. One of them is what I would refer to as kind of a bluegill type color. Okay. Your green pumpkins are black and brown with a trailer that gives a lot of action. Most of these fish that they're throwing swim jig is fairly shallow, 2 to 3 feet deep, around a lot of cover. The other thing we do with swim jig is a shad imitation. And this one has the Easy Swimmer on the back, makes a great shad imitation. And usually when I'm throwing swim jigs, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to imitate a shad or a bluegill, or usually I'm going to do both. Sure. Kind of a combination of the two.
Trying to match the hatch, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We also saw some guys throwing spinner baits. This is just your common tandem spinner bait. Chartreuse and white's a great color. Straight white's a good color. The water here is not too bad off colored. Sure. So you can get away with really either color.
Yeah, that chartreuse, it really in that watercolor gets a little brighter white than what you think it does. Yes. So yeah, it's always a good choice.
Especially with the cloud cover. The cloud cover will help that as well.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we saw some guys just pitching soft plastics around the same place you're throwing the swim jigs. Crawfish imitators work really well. Yeah. Of course, you know, this is something that gets in and out of the cover really easy. And that's important when you're fishing around this cover, is being efficient, being able to get in and out without getting hung up or snagged too much.
Sure. Well, as we mentioned earlier this morning, every boat ramp seems to be full on this lake today, and so a lot of pressure. And the boats we did see, we saw them in clumps. So you saw quite a few fishermen in one area. So being a little different, getting that first bite, that's going to pay off.
It's March on Lake Eufaula. It's going to be full of fishermen.
Absolutely.
Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, Sweet Home Alabama, Wind Creek Casino, and by Garmin. There's more to come.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all sonar is just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martins, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
So our mission statement here at Bill Penny Motor Company is to enrich the lives of our employees and our customers and the communities we serve. And it really begins and ends with people. It started with that kind of philosophy with my granddad and went through my dad. Growing up around the business, I remember being just a kid washing cars and meeting these customers. Now I'm a grown adult and they get to buy vehicles from us and hopefully serve their next of kin for generations to come. For the whole story, visit us at BillPennyToyota.com, where people always come first.
Lights are dazzling, shining bright. The busy hum permeates the air. It's electric. With a dash of spice, you kick up the heat until you're spinning, twirling on your feet. Sweat it out. The thrill of the game, the high of the night. The sizzle of temptation, the intoxication of sensation, and just like that, it's another ending to your glorious, hot Alabama nights. Wind Creek Casino and Hotel in Montgomery or Wetumpka. Find your winning moment.
Are you done yet?
Does it look like I'm done?
Shouldn't you be at work?
Todd. Hold on.
Your real bike's all fixed.
And you guys are good.
Well, we are the #1 motorcycle insurer in the country.
Wait, you have a real motorcycle?
And real insurance with 24-hour customer support.
Well,
I retire as champion.
Game hog.
Champion.
Never left side of the ramp.
Never left side of the ramp. Practiced deep all 2 days for backup plan. Caught a few early, a couple of decent ones. Stayed close. Thought that was going to be the best way to win. Thought the deep pattern was going to move away.
So what we got?
Probably about 13, 14.
Talk to me. What you got?
We only got 2 small ones.
Where's the other 3? Don't point at the lake.
I'm pointing out there because they're still there.
87. There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shut that off the camera right there, little Mike. Hang on now. Little Mike getting excited. He's ready to go weigh them. We gotta make you famous. Where'd you catch it on?
Shaky head.
Shaky head.
Believe it or not, really.
You see me shaking my head?
Gabe Aldridge, West Wiggins leading with 16:23 on the day. Our big bass Steve Fry and John Giller with a 5.99. You're over 10, you're over 12, you're over 13. You get your picture taken. 13.25. So you do move up. That's going to move you into right around 3rd place. Hey, guys, get your picture. Grab a couple of those bass and hold them up for Dano. You got that 16-plus pound bag?
I think we got it for now.
All right, let's find out. He says he thinks he has it now, and he does. 16.90 for Grogan and Ingram. How about a round of applause? We've got a new leader. How'd you catch him?
Dynamite, short stick.
Shut up. I want the. Is that what it took? You take everything in the boat?
We didn't catch much. Caught him off a ledge buster spinner bait and a Zoom old monster.
We had one little old bitty fish at 1:30, 2 o'clock.
You got more than that. Let's find out. These 5 going to weigh a new leader, $17.99 for Williams and Smith. Hold them out there. Smile. How about our new leaders right now? How about a round of applause for those guys up there in that just shy of 18 pounds, $17.99. All right, they're almost 20 pounds, $19.65. We are moving up. Dude, y'all are a bunch of slow players over here. Yeah, no, that's not me. That's no. Oh, yeah, we got a big one. $5.99 was our big fish. Faulkner and Johnson, $8.05. So there's some big bass out there in that lake. Tell me about it.
Late afternoon call. Went to a spot that's been good over the years, and she slammed it.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 kids, but only 1 fish in the live well. We're going the other direction.
My daddy took me fishing, but I didn't catch no fish.
Well, your daddy took his partner fishing today, and he didn't catch any fish either. What a day. Boat number 198, 225 left. We thought it would take 25 to win here. It's going to take more than that. 28.85. We've got a new leader. Wow. Did you think you were going to catch that when you took off this morning?
No, we did not.
When did you know it could happen?
After we caught the 3rd big fish.
What time of day was that?
Probably.
Hop up here just a little bit. What time of day did you catch this 3rd big fish?
Noon.
So noon. Now, did you catch them the same way, each one of these 3 fish, doing the same presentation, same area?
It was a little bit different, but same idea.
Can you let me in on what it was?
Sir, caught him on a shaky head.
Shut up. So we're going to weigh in what these fish were, and you're telling me you went with the lightest presentation that people usually go out there to just get any bite, and you catch this.
He's not lying.
So tell me, a shaky head is usually indicative to light line. What weight line did you have?
10-pound test line.
So what was the pucker factor for these 3 big fish on 10-pound tests?
Big time. Yeah.
Yeah. Not only for the guy that's catching them, but the guy that's netting them as well.
Correct. Yes, it was.
Well, just when things couldn't get better, it does. Once again, almost 29 pounds for a hull and tally here at Lake Eufaula. We thought it would take 25, and it took more than that to win this thing.
29 pounds after a cold front. I mean, come on. These are the best fishermen in the Southeast.
25, 23-pound weights as well. They caught them. You knew there would be some people that did. And when you have 225 boats hitting the water, wherever you're at in Alabama, with this talented field, I mean, they are the best of the best.
You know, and our winners kind of uniquely are our first time to the Alabama Bass Trail, first time to fish with us, and I think this lake has haunted them. So to be able to come in with that many boats, probably, you know, a little scared, I would think. I know I would be. These guys handle the pressure wonderfully and certainly performed for us.
Well, let's ask them. Let's bring them on in here. Almost 29 pounds on the day and doing a little different presentation than a lot of people were expecting. Were you scared coming into this round?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, but you did it back to back now. 2 top 5 finishes and only 2 starts.
Yeah, you come into it with a realistic, you know who you're fishing against, and we actually wanted to do good and hope, you hope for the best. And we were hoping for a top 10 because I know who we fish against down there. And Jordan, we just got really lucky. Did we not? We did. We got really lucky.
I like calling it skill. The more you practice, the luckier everybody seems to get. And I would call skill 2 top 5 finishes, and now we move to Lake Martin. Everybody trying to win that Angler of the Year, without question, they are your front runners right now. 2 stops, 2 top 5 finishes. That's the way to do it. Congratulations, guys. Eufaula's done. Now start focusing towards Lake Martin. The Alabama Bass Trail presented by Phoenix Boats. We're almost at the halfway point to the south, and things are really starting to get hot.